What's up, my fist fight connoisseurs? We are going to talk. It's pay-per-view time, and it's UFC 307 going down in Salt Lake City, Utah. That's right. They got a little bit of elevation up there. We're talking about my 5 most confident picks for the card. And my rapid fire first one is going to be Cesar Almeida. Cesar Almeida is probably going to beat up Ihor Potieria because he's been training with Poatan. He is an excellent striker as well, and he seems like a fairly bad matchup to a Potieria who, yes, knocked out an aging Shogun and danced on his corpse or whatever the fuck that was. I know some of you are still mad about it. I think that Cesar Almeida has power and should be able to finish this fight too. Potieria is just going to fight him right where he is most capable. By the way, I'm not the biggest Cesar Almeida fan. To give it to you guys, I did bet on Roman Kopylov against him. Close decision, but Roman got it done. Cesar Almeida, Kayla Harrison. I think Kayla Harrison's judo is tremendous. It's going to be hard to stop. I think that Ketlen Vieira is a really tough test. We'll break that one down in detail. Ryan Spann, Superman Spann against the old man. I think Superman Spann gets it done. He's dynamic. He's going to be able to potentially out-grapple an OSP. I don't know, but definitely quicker to the target. 33 years old, OSP's 41. Come on, man. You got to think that Ryan Spann's got a big advantage here. Joaquin Buckley. I just disagreed with AJ DeVito on this one. I know that people like Wonder Boy's style. He's so smart with it, man. I try to emulate things that he does. I stole that question mark kick from him. He breaks technique down great, but I think that the in his prime, young, hungry, rough him up, hit these takedowns, moving forward with bad intentions, Joaquin Buckley should be able to get it done. And then in the main event of the evening, how is your number one lock on the card? Not Alex, Poatan, Peña. Alex Peña is a phenomenal striker, so much so that you might say he's the best striker in MMA. Well, Mike, we see Khalil Rountree's done so well against strikers. He's been able to beat 4 pro kickboxers. Who's beaten more pro kickboxers than Alex Peña? Who is better fighting other kickboxers than the kickboxing world champion is? Khalil Rountree is fucked. Khalil Rountree has a puncher's chance. Sure. These are big dudes. Anybody can hit the canvas. I've seen Gabriel Gonzaga head kick Mirko Krokop. But if we're going to talk about bets and what's likely, you got to say that Poatan is going to sleep a guy who blocks a lot in Rountree, a guy who keeps a high guard and is able to do pretty well in the clinch. Probably not going to be able to get a whole lot done at distance against Poatan. It'd be interesting to see if he has some clinch elbows he's going to try to surprise us with. Poatan should be able to chew up the lead leg, bang the left hook. And I know that wasn't rapid fire, but I got Poatan. Folks, did we have fun last week? Did we have fun? Yo, what up, Finch? Yo, what up, Patrick Lopez? What's up, Pepino? What's up, Sean Shelby? What's up, Brett? Don't be depressed. Do not be depressed, all right? The antidepressant is fist fights. Don't we love it? Don't we love it? The fist fights were good last week. Hey, to Money Moicano, to any of you that had the balls to bet on Money Moicano, I decided to stay away from that one personally in my bets. I gave out the lock as Brian Battle, and Brian motherfucking Battle can certainly battle. My man is tough as they come, beats Kevin Juicy Smoulier on the feet. Very, very nice job by Brian Battle. A tough fight too. Was able to beat him down, make him turn away, and get the ref to step in there standing. Phenomenal job by him. We had Umar C. He did well. The girls' fight ended too quickly. Eileen Perez, beautiful submission for Eileen Perez. Of course, we picked Eileen Perez to win, but you think some of these girl fights are going to go long. Of course, Nora goes long, and of course, hey, I had a good one go long. You ready for this? I bet on Ian Cutelaba via points. And I gave out Ian Cutelaba to my folks on Telegram. Ian Cutelaba ends up winning by points. It was plus 1,000 by the time the fight took place. I got it at like plus 700, plus 800. Saw it at plus 900 when I recorded the video for everybody, and then it ballooned up to plus 1,000. So I bet too early, 10-1. Why not? Why not go Ian Cutelaba over? What a mispriced one. I'm glad we hit that. Matter of fact, I'm going to start a new thing. I'm going to start giving out a wild card every week. Wild card pick. All right. So for those of you who are following my bets, we'll go with the 5 bets I do generally. Lock, parlay, 3 premium plays. Fuck it. We're going wild card. GM 3 submission hits. Ian Cutelaba distance at plus 1,000. Why? Why are you pricing it this crazy? Ian Cutelaba needed to wrestle a little bit in that fight. Ivan Erslan's tough. Like 50-50 shot. They're going long, in my opinion. Very, very nice job for anybody who made money on that. And I flipped it right around because I have never bet so much money this early on for a UFC card. I mean, I've already, I got a couple confident bets. I mean, the odds were a little goofy on this one. No, I already bet on 2 underdogs. I think the odds are a little wild on this card. Bookies, you fucking around? What's going on with these fucking odds? I don't know. Hopefully we'll have a beautiful Saturday. Hey, look at my new cup. Shout out to Sean Sherwood for sending me this. Badass. Look at that. To you, Sean. All right. Benoit Saint Denis gets his fucking ass beat by Money Moicano. Money Moicano was able to strike with him enough to chill there and catch that kick. And if you look at his Instagram, he actually posted the technique that he was drilling to catch that kick. It's where you scoop the leg, and then he actually follows that up to a takedown of his own. It was brilliant. It was a brilliant performance. Maybe the most surprising thing is how bad BSD is at being the nail. Like, dude, when he was down there, he was getting busted up. Benoit, I've got you. Look, it's clinching. His problem, the reason why he got busted the fuck up like that, the reason why they had to stop the fight due to a cut is because there's too much distance between him and his opponent, or, not enough. It's like you don't want your opponent right at the ends of their elbows and punches. That's not what we want. That's not how we win fights. We got to either keep them too close where they're tight on the ground, work off of that shoulder clamp, work off of that clinch, right? Or get them too far away from you where they can't hit you. Get my legs in between them, my knees. Jose Aldo's done that. You guys have seen him do that. Pinches the knees together while he's on his back. Who's fighting on this card, by the way? And is an underdog, by the way. I believe that Benoit Saint Denis blew it with his bottom game jiu-jitsu. It just came down to, do you have decent bottom game jiu-jitsu? He didn't have Hoist Gracie level clinch him up and hold him bottom game jiu-jitsu. That was in the 90s, guys. Was it 92, the year I was born? Is that when UFC 1 went down? Oh, I'm looking it up. I'm on the fucking internet. UFC 1, 1993. So I was around for the whole game, folks. Listen, I was pretty disappointed with Benoit Saint Denis, but it is what it is. Omar C, nice job. Not that impressive, but nice job. Ludovic Klein, come on, Ludovic. You got to get Roosevelt Roberts out of there, but gets the dub nevertheless. Brian Battle, super phenomenal. Morgan Charrier, I mean, come on. He was supposed to finish, right? Morgan Charrier was supposed to get that fight over with. So Joe Anderson, Brito, William Gomes. I decided to stay away from Brito and Gomes because Gomes is as tall as a fucking, middleweight. And they're in Paris. So if a funny decision is going to happen, I ended up actually sneaking in a bet on Farazian myself. That was nice. But I just stayed away from Gomes and Brito, and That's why. It was a solid week. It was some fun fights, a lot of fun fights. But we got UFC 307 ahead of us. So let's talk a little bit more in depth. All right. You want to go from the top down? Let's go from the top down. Poatan Peña. I like that he's had this camp with Cesar Almeida. Cesar Almeida is they're great training partners for each other based on who they're fighting. Look at who they're fighting. Even having Sean Strickland in there's been good for Poatan. He faced some allegations. I hope you don't even know about it. We'll just move right along. Hopefully that doesn't affect the fight. But I think he's the best kickboxer in the world right now. I've been saying for a long time there's an overhand right. There's like something over the top from the right side, whether it's an elbow or an overhand right, that you can hit Poatan with. You could see it. But that's going to be hard to do. It's going to be hard for Khalil Rountree to close the distance. It's going to be hard for Khalil Rountree to do anything to Poatan because he's the world champ at what Khalil's good at. Khalil's the off-brand, dude. Poatan's the GIF. Poatan knockout is my pick. Is it over? Is it under? I think that's a little tough than other people think to predict. Like maybe Poatan goes out there and sleeps him in the first round. I mean, is there not a high likelihood of that happening? That's a fucking real possibility. But I could also see a patient Poatan. That wouldn't be crazy. So, yeah. An interesting one for sure. So Poatan Peña has got to be my most confident. My next most confident, we will go and break down Joaquin Buckley and Mr. Wonderboy more. Joaquin Buckley has been hitting takedowns. Joaquin Buckley has been fighting smart, and Wonderboy has been getting taken down. And Wonderboy has been fighting the best competition in the UFC. So, Shavkat's a real test. I mean, et cetera, Bilal. I mean, whoever, everybody that Wonderboy's fought has been a problem. But you have to think that a prime Joaquin Buckley, this Joaquin Buckley, not the one of a couple of years ago, this current version of him is going to be able to get a hold of Wonderboy and drag him onto the ground and make it a fight. Wonderboy gets out there really often and he spars. He says himself, I don't want to hurt the guy's knee when I stomp on it. It's like, bro, Khalil Rountree that knee, dog. Break that shit. He's not going to do that. So you're going to trust him with a bet? Good luck. I mean, Wonderboy can always outpoint anybody. He's got that wonderful style. Like the play on words there. I study his striking a lot. I emulate his footwork, the way he teaches to bounce and then move forward and move back for warm-ups. I teach kids who are learning striking and MMA. I take his question mark kick, drill it exactly like he said to, all the details, the one he did to Dan Stigen, who I interviewed right before that fight. Throwback. Wonderboy is tremendous, but Joaquin Buckley is a bruiser. He's probably going to be able to roughhouse in there. And a 41-year-old Wonderboy is not in his prime as to where Joaquin Buckley is, and they're not doing him any favors. I don't think they like how he didn't, accept the Michel Pereira fight overweight and then wanted his show money, so the UFC gives him Joaquin Buckley right now. Joaquin Buckley's coming up. Joaquin Buckley's for real. I think Joaquin Buckley's going to win this fight. Then let's go with Ryan Spann. Superman Spann, pretty straightforward. 33 versus 41. It's another one of those. I'm fading a lot of the oldies on this card, but I believe in these prospects, and Ryan Spann has a tremendous ability to knock people out. He also has some grappling up his sleeve too, and OSP kind of stalls fights out, and I don't think he's going to get in a staring contest with Ryan Spann. Ryan Spann makes shit happen. There is a risk. OSP's got power, but Ryan Spann with the speed advantage, and it's his time, man. It would be really crazy, I think, if OSP knocked Ryan Spann out. Kayla fucking Harrison. You want to talk about it? All right. I debated not putting this one in the top 5. I did. Because Ketlen Vieira is a problem for her. Ketlen Vieira's striking is better than Kayla Harrison's. Kayla Harrison's good in moments, but overall, Ketlen Vieira's got that Brazilian Andre Pereira style that he taught Jose Aldo, where it's takedown defense and kickbox. That's a pretty good coach to have against Kayla Harrison. And Kayla, Ketlen Vieira has been fighting a lot of the world-class girls. So I don't think Kayla Harrison's going out there and finishing Ketlen Vieira that easy. But we got to respect the judo pedigree. I mean, you got to put her up there, right? I don't think it deserves to be 4-1. Now I'm like shitting on it. Do I take it off the list? Pulling it from the fucking list. Fuck it. I don't know who else to throw up there right now. We'll talk Cesar Almeida. Cesar Almeida he's got more power. And again, I think it was the perfect training camp to have him training with Alex Peña because it gives him a look where he's been sparring with Poatan, and now he's going to get in there with Ihor Potieria and go, should lay this fucker out, And Ihor Potieria is up against a guy who's got more power than him, whose Muay Thai's a little slicker than him. I mean, it'll be a striking fight. I believe in these accomplished strikers over, these MMA strikers. And I think Cesar Almeida could put him out. I think he's a pretty bad matchup for Ihor Potieria. So my 5 most confident picks on the card, but honestly, there's more than that. I made some pretty hefty bets last night. I'll continue to do so. I like this card a lot from a betting perspective. With that being said, I think we got some good fist fights too. I did my entire card breakdown already. Those are my 5 most confident picks. Now I'll be dropping my bets. I'm going to put a bet out every single day this week. So if you're in the premium channel, you're getting a premium bet every single day. If you're in the free channel, I'll be raining content on you every single day as well. I definitely am going all in this card. I'm going all in. Who listens to the podcast? Am I the only dork who listens to the tech podcasts with the dorky tech billionaires? Probably. What's the most you've bet one play? Ryan Hong asked. $2,000 cash money, Las Vegas for one play. Dork? Yep. Thank you, Hunter. Haunter. Not Hunter. Appreciate that. Like the stream, nerds. He's right. Like the fucking stream. Come on. Have you ever seen a turtle in a tree? What the fuck? Tyson Finch says, "Cuz, where's the shirt?" LOL. Shit. It's in the wash, Tyson. My cousin Tyson got me a Mike Finch Show shirt. Hey, look at this Mike Finch Show cup I got, though. That's dope. It's fucking dope. Thank you, cuz. I'll wear it when it's clean, buddy. Brito robbery, or am I tripping over a close fight? Tyson, Joe Anderson, Brito probably won that fight. But the fact that I avoided that one, I smelled that one from a distance and avoided it, I'm kind of proud. I'm kind of like, yeah. Little chuckle after they read that decision, So I don't know. I guess Brito probably did win. I got to watch it and score it. Brito had him mounted and had him in bad spots early. Clearly won the first. I don't know. I'd have to break that one down a little more. Battle showing out for America. Tyson, that shit was dope, right? Kevin Jose is decent, but Brian Battle's ready to die, man. Brian Battle is a real winner. You see it in Dricus du Plessis, that the times where he digs deep and he can overcome adversity. You see that in Brian Battle. I like betting on Brian Battle in fistfights, man. It's been a good business for me, but he's also he's getting better. He did it with his striking too. You got to think his jiu-jitsu was his original game, right? Watching from Turkey. That's awesome, Sean Shelby. What's up, man? Best bet is Bitcoin, Brett Larkin. Fair enough, bro. When I cash out on my bets, do it in Bitcoin. Just fucking keep the Bitcoin. So I'm pro Bitcoin. I look forward to being the first Bitcoin president. I think if you're gonna do it, America should do it. We should be winning at Bitcoin. Why not? Folks, I think it's going to be a good card. UFC 207's got a lot of good fights on it. It was one where I just jumped on it right away. I mean, top to bottom, a lot of strong opinions on this one. I'll give you one. A lot of people think that that Tim Means and my bearded friend Court McGee. Jesus, that took a second. Tim Means and Court McGee are going to go over. I think that they could finish each other. I think Tim Means is relatively dangerous with his chokes, puts people away sometimes, and Court McGee's getting kind of old, man. Look at all that, kickboxing footage under John Hackelman at the fucking pit. Those guys throw down. You see Chuck Liddell fights? Yeah, that's how they fucking spar. So I don't know. Maybe it goes over. I'm not even telling people not to bet the over on that one. I just see a lot of people are jumping at that. And I'm like, are you sure, dog? You sure you want that? Is that what you want? So anyway, and looking some of the odds on these ones, Cesar Almeida 4-1, a little wide. Alex Peña 4-1. I feel like justified, guys. I feel like justified. And there's a lot of matchups on this card where it's a person who's either been out or is like a veteran and they're old and they're up against the young guns. And in some of these matchups, not all of them, but in some of these matchups, you really just got to consider, man, being in your 40s is tough for combat sports. People aren't as durable in their 40s, I don't know why Chuck keeps coming up, but remember when Chuck was on his way out? Was ugly there for a little bit. Take it from the biggest Chuck Liddell fan, by the way. I had a 6'2" cardboard cutout of Chuck Liddell at my house. I brought it to Chicago, met him at Bennigan's. He signed it. All right. I had it set up at the crib. And then when I was like 16, 17 years old, I'm like, actually, I'm going to cash out. I'm going to sell this shit. And fucking who knows what I bought. Wish I still had my Chuck Liddell. But, I was a huge fan. And, you've seen people go out bad, and being in your 40s in the UFC is tough. So, word from the wise, sometimes you got to fade the 40s. Hey, Finch, you got Peña? I do got Peña. I think Peña is going to win a decision or submission. With that being said, I mean, I could see the argument for Raquel Pennington, who did gut it out when she was dead tired against the most tired fighter in UFC history, Mayra Bueno Silva, in that fight. That might not be true, but you get what I'm saying. So I could see Peña doing it, but Peña's another one who's been out, so it's a lot to consider there. Bye, Solana. Why not? Tim Means, he's gangster. All right. Getting the fuck out of here. UFC 307 is going down on Saturday night in Salt Lake City, Utah. Just remember that they're at elevation. So think about your fighter getting tired and how that's going to go. And that helped me make some of my bets this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Those are my 5 most confident picks. Do me a favor, smash the like button, hit the subscribe. And if you want my bets, go click on them. Link in the description. Link on my channel description. I'll see you over on Telegram. I'll be dropping bets every single day. Let's eat. Peace and love, folks.